I welcome you to a gentle yoga practice. I am Ashley Clarke of Earthkeeper Yoga here in my home studio in Birmingham, Alabama, and I welcome you. For today's class, I'm going to invite you to have a couple of blocks as well as your trusty blanket, and we're going to have a really gentle class today. So the reason why I didn't record very much last week was because I caught some sort of head cold. So I thought that that could be the kind of impetus for today's class. So this class will be for when you are not feeling well. Grab what you need and I'll meet you right here on the mat. All right, as we get started, I'm going to invite you into your comfortable seat. So you're going to make sure that that tailbone comes right off the edge of the blanket. It's going to shift those hips forward. Let those hands rest gently in the lap. Find some length through the spine. And then when you find the length through the spine, intentionally really let those shoulders relax down. Just let the arms hang heavy. Close the eyes or have that soft gaze. And give yourself an inhale through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. Beautiful. Now allow yourself just to sink into a moment of awareness. How is your physical body today? Notice any places that feel tense or at ease. There is no wrong answer. So as you move through these breaths that move in through the nose and out through the nose, just let the body begin to settle into some softness. Notice the rise and the fall of the shoulders with each breath cycle. Give yourself 3 more rounds, just like that. And at the end of your 3rd breath, I invite you to open your eyes. Welcome. Pull the shoulders in line with the upper body. Take an inhale, lean forward just for a moment. And then exhale to come back to your seat. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, forward, and exhale back. We're just getting a little stretch through that low back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last one, inhale forward and exhale back. Beautiful. Release the hands. We're going to make our way into a table. And when you get into this table, I'm going to invite you down to elbows. So bring the elbows down to the mat. I like to interlace my fingers. We're going to move into a puppy, but I want to stretch through the shoulders just a bit. So keep the booty up in the air. And then as you slowly send the booty back towards your heels, get a stretch through those shoulders. Release the head down towards the floor or put the brow on a block if you need that additional space to be comfortable. And let that breath travel all the way up to the back body, to the upper back body, right at the shoulder blades. Beautiful. Release those hands if they're together and make your way into a table. Once you get into the table, we're going to walk the hands forward and then slowly come down onto our bellies. One of my favorites here, we're going to bring those hands into Spider-Man fingers. Release through the booty and the glutes. Let everything stay soft. Elbows up towards the sky. And we'll begin to ripple up on an inhale, lowering on an exhale. So you decide how big the movement is here. And you decide how deep the movement goes. How open you feel today. Beautiful. Send those arms long in front of you and then walk those elbows under shoulders. Press the elbows into your mat as you ripple up through the spine and then intentionally really release through the hips. Feel the breath in the belly and in the heart. Strong from elbows to shoulders. Feeling the belly really push against the mat on each inhale and then releasing just a bit on the exhale. Press hands into the floor to let those elbows splay to either side and then replace those hands under the shoulders. Sit yourself back in a child's pose. Make it a wide leg child's pose if you need to. And if you need some extra support here, stack those palms. Let the brow come to the back of the palms. And give it one more breath. Slowly press into those palms to press yourself back up into your table. And we're going to come to stand at the top of the mat in a forward fold. So if you need to not move through your down dog and you just want to meet me in a forward fold at the top of your mat, go right ahead. If you're going to go into down dog, let's curl toes, tips, and give ourselves a slow walk up to the top of the mat. We'll meet there together, forward fold, big bend in the knees. And if your hands don't reach all the way to the floor, I invite you to clasp elbows. Keep some softness through those knees, through the low back. And then as you're ready, take an inhale. And exhale, slowly rise into your mountain. Finding the connection of your feet to the floor. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to turn those palms so that they face back. We're going to inhale, bend the knees, send the arms out, and then exhale, come to stand. Now, if that doesn't feel good through the legs, it may help to send the feet just a little bit wider. So we're moving into a squat and then straight. Notice if the whole foot on both sides is connected to the mat. And go as deep or not as deep as you're feeling today. Let's give it two more. Beautiful. As you come to stand, take an inhale, reach the arms and the gaze up towards the sky, and then exhale, bring those hands in front of your heart. If you made your feet wider, bring them closer together, not touching, just where the ankles are in line with the widest part of your hips. All right, we're going to deepen a stretch through the side body. So what I'm going to invite you to do is to send body weight over to that left foot. Make sure the whole left foot is connected to the floor, not just the ball of the foot or the heel of the foot, the whole thing. And then we're going to take these right toes, lift up this right foot just enough to bring this right foot behind the left. And then center the weight. So you don't want more weight on one foot than the other. Find your balance here. Try not to lock the knees. You can stay here. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, we're going to send the arms up. Let this right hand take that left wrist and then give yourself a little move over to the right. So we've got some balance going on here and some opening. Breathe. See what happens when you tuck your tailbone in. Engage through the center of your body. It's going to fire everything up for you, and there's your strength. Hold it one more breath. Release the hands, bring them back to the heart. Press into the ball of that right foot to bring yourself where the weight is now again on that left foot, and bring the right foot next to the left. Beautiful. Shake out those knees for a second. Go ahead and start finding that connection of the right foot to the floor. And then we'll slowly move that body weight over and let this left foot come back behind the right. So find the balance, equal weight, both feet. This time let's engage through the pelvis before we even reach the arms up over the head and see how that helps with balance. We'll lift the arms up. We're going to lift over to the left. And breathe. Don't hold your breath here if you can help it, even if you start to come out. One more. Beautiful. Bring those hands back in front of the heart. Bring weight to the right foot. Bring that left foot up to meet the right. Close the eyes. Take a deep cleansing breath. Beautiful. For this next one, I'm going to invite you to find both blocks. We're going to have them on their tallest setting, right up at the top of the mat. And once you get your blocks set, I invite you to come back where you're facing the blocks. And then we're going to put that weight in the left foot once again. Right foot is going to cross behind. So make that as deep or as narrow as you need. Take an inhale. And then exhale, start to fold forward. Let the hands come to the blocks. Deep stretch. Blocks to support. Breathe. Hold it one more breath. Go ahead and pick that right foot up. Bring it next to the left. Let yourself go into a forward fold. Hands can stay on the blocks or go towards the floor, or you can clasp elbows once again. Take an inhale. And exhale, bring yourself back up to your mountain. Beautiful. Take an inhale, arms and gaze rise. And then exhale to bring the hands down in front of the heart. Slowly move that left foot back behind the right. Set yourself up. Keep a little bend in those knees to protect the low back. Take an inhale. And then exhale to find that forward fold. Hands go back to the blocks. So just breathe into this gentle opening. The other thing I'll say here is if you've got sinus pressure, like I'm sure you can tell that I have in this moment, you'd think hanging upside down wouldn't really be a good thing to do, but it's actually helpful. I can only speak for myself though. All right, one more breath. Slowly bring that left foot back to the right and let yourself fold into that forward fold in whatever way serves your body today. Beautiful. Go ahead and step that left leg long down your mat. Now we're going to come to knees. So if you want to reach and find your blanket or your pillow and have it where you unfold it and get it all ready for some softness and support, go ahead and do that. And then when you find this low lunge, so really sending that left heel back, I want you to spend about 5 breaths really feeling into pressing the heel back, stretching through that left calf, lowering the hips, feeling into that stretch through the groin. Just give yourself some space here. And then slowly lower that left knee when you're ready. The top of the left foot comes to the mat. Now take these blocks, put them on the medium setting, and frame that right foot with the blocks. Lunging forward, reach through the spine, and then slowly start to press the hips back by pressing the right foot into the floor. Walk those blocks back, and then find that right heel. Let it make contact with the mat with the toes up towards the sky. You might need to bring those blocks to the taller setting to make even more space. There's a stretch through that right hamstring. Now, we're not going to fold forward here. We're going to send awareness to the hips. So right now I feel like that right hip is back a little bit further than the left. I'm just going to shift my body weight. There's that right hamstring. Breathe. Link through the spine. Hold it one more. Beautiful. Start to bring weight back to that right foot. So you might even lift the whole knee up and find that ankle right under the knee. Move your blocks up just a little bit and back to that medium setting, and then shift the hips back where this right foot can come out to the right. Now, once you get that foot out where it goes, I invite you to move the blocks, bring both hands to the mat. Lengthen through the spine. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, slowly let this right hip dip down towards center just a bit. Feeling that goodness through the inside of the right leg. Beginning to walk those hands over towards the right foot. Find your edge, find the stretch. Now we already went into a side stretch where we opened through that left side. Let this go a little deeper. Use your breath to guide you here. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Hold it 2 more. Go ahead and walk those hands back towards center. And then we'll bring this right knee back to meet the left. And then you have your option, once again, to either move through down dog with me or just make your way however it's to the top of your mat, and we'll meet in that forward fold. Now, once you get in that forward fold, bring your hands back to the blocks, and then we'll step this right leg long. Let these blocks walk back, frame that left foot, and here's that time just to send the right heel back, lunge in just a little bit deeper. You feel ready? That right knee is going to drop. Right top of the foot drops. And then let yourself lunge forward here. Lengthen through the spine. Breathe. And press into those blocks. Start to send the hips back. That left heel find its way to the floor with the toes up towards the sky. Maybe the blocks come to the setting. Now we're going to send awareness to this left hip. We're going to send it back. That's going to wake up that left hamstring. Reach through the crown of your head and breathe. And give it one more breath. Slowly bring weight Having your hands on the blocks gives you space. You can move the blocks out of the way. I'm going to face you here. And then slowly send your hips back so that this left foot can move over to the left. Both hands onto the mat. Lengthen through the spine. Take an inhale. And then slowly let that left hip dip down. Big stretch through the inside of the left leg. See if you can relax that left kneecap. And then slowly let your hands walk over towards that left foot. Find your spot. And breathe. Whatever you've got going on, just be aware and soften where you can. And go ahead and bring yourself back into table hands. Bring the left knee in. And then we're going to do a wide leg child's pose. So send those knees towards the outside edge of the mat. Send the hips back. Maybe the head comes to a block. Rest. Last breath. All right. As you come back up, I'm going to invite you to get both blocks. Bring them to the medium setting. And we're going to deepen that first thing that we did with the stretch from the elbows. So bring your elbows to your blocks. Bring your hands together in prayer or interlace fingers. Booty is up in the air. And as you slowly send that booty back towards the heels, deepen that stretch through the shoulders. Maybe the head even hangs heavy in between the blocks. Give it 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Press your elbows into the blocks. Bring yourself more into a tabletop shape and then slowly make your way off the blocks. All right, for this next one, I'm going to show you 2 different ways you can do this. Sometimes if you don't really feel like you have open hips, then the first way is better than the second. So I'm going to bring my blocks and I'm going to sit on them. And we're going to be going into a twist, so I want to make sure that you're being nice and gentle with yourself. You're going to take this left knee and bend it so that the left sole of the foot comes to the floor. Ankle on the outside comes to the floor. And then see if you can bring that knee where it's more towards the center, in line with your belly button. Cross this right knee on top. It's going to help open through the right hip. So if this feels okay, then maybe you could find a twist over to the right. So that's one way to do the posture. The other way is to come off the blocks, bend that left knee, let it be more towards center, and cross this right leg over. So make sure that you feel planted through both sides of the tailbone. You're going to feel those hips open. Take an inhale, and then give yourself a gentle twist. Give it one more breath. Beautiful. Slowly come out of the twist and we'll change sides. So this time the right knee bends, right knee towards the center where your belly button is, left leg over. Make sure that both sides of your tailbone are connected to the floor, and then give yourself an inhale Exhale over to the left. So the trick to this posture is to have a really line. So if you feel like you were slumped down, come back out over. And breathe. And give it one more breath. Way out. Beautiful. And then slowly bring both legs long. Bring yourself back to how we started. So arms are extended out front. Shoulders line up with the rest of the upper body. Take an inhale. And exhale to lean forward just a bit. Hold it. Reach through the crown of the head. Relax those kneecaps. Breathe. Once again, we're working with that low back, but this time we are doing more than just stretching it. We're building some strength. Take an inhale, and then exhale, start to come back up towards center. Arms, the shoulders in line with the upper body. Slowly let yourself come down onto your back. As you make your way onto your back, send the arms up over your head. Let the elbows naturally bend. And once you get set up in that, I'm going to invite you into happy baby. So you're going to reach the knees up, let them come outside of the hips. Send the fingers down, peace fingers around big toes. And then those knees start to move down towards the outside edges as the soles of the feet make their way up towards the sky. Little side to side sway, a little rock back and forth. And let yourself be soft here. And slowly, slowly, slowly release. Let the knees bend back where they are pointing towards the ceiling. Feet are pointed towards, feet are on the floor. Let the arms fall out into a T. Let yourself take up some space. Take an inhale through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. And let yourself rest. As you're ready, I invite you to bring some awareness back into this space that we have created together. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move your nose towards each shoulder. And keep everything soft and gentle. Reach your arms up over your head. Give yourself that full body stretch. And then roll on to your favorite side, bringing the knees up close to your belly. Resting here just another moment, continuing to allow the mat to support you. And as you're ready, I'll meet you back in a comfortable seat. We'll bring hands together at the heart. So our quote for today is from Buddha. Buddha wrote, "If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete." May you show yourself compassion when you aren't feeling well. Give yourself the space that you need to heal and to stay within your physical body so that you can listen and intuit what your body needs. Gratitude for practicing with me today. Namaste.